Hi, Lions. It's so good to see you again. We're going to continue working on the 6 syllable types to help us decode words and to help us spell. We'll also take a look at the meaning of morphemes, which are the smallest units of meaning in words, because that will help us to understand what some words mean. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. Remember in our lesson yesterday, we learned the new syllable type vowel pairs. Remember, a vowel pair is when you have two vowels, because that's what a pair is, two. When you have two vowels, and usually when two vowels go a walk-in, the first one does the talking. So here's our first vowel pair. And so the second vowel, they're both E's, but the second vowel is like a helping vowel. It helps the first vowel make a long vowel sound. So remember, this says E. Together, E. Your turn. Good. Just like the eagle. Remember, this was the second way, or the second vowel pair we learned about yesterday that also makes a long E sound because we have two vowels. The second vowel is the helping vowel. It helps the first vowel make its long E sound. So we don't hear this vowel. The second vowel helps the first vowel make its sound. So this says E. Together, E. Your turn. Good job. Remember, just like the eagle, we have learned actually 4 ways to make long E sound. The silent E type, the EE vowel pair, the EA vowel pair. Also, if you have an open syllable, and then also we'll look at the letter Y in a little bit and when it makes a long E sound. Okay, I took our sight syllable or our sight phonics cards and I've mixed up the order a little bit. So we have to really take a look and see what syllable type is this, or what digraph, or what sound is this going to make. Okay. So remember, C can make 2 sounds. It can say S or K. And depending on what letter you see after the C, it's going to help you know what sound it makes. So we're going to review that. And remember, I've mixed them up, so they're not all together anymore. So this says S. Together, S. Your turn. Good. Just like in the word city. Here's one of our digraphs. Remember, a digraph is when you have 2 or more letters that make one sound. My turn. Ch. Together. Ch. Your turn. Good. Remember, this spelling is only at the end of a word. Okay? This will say I. Together. I. Your turn. Good. Just like the sound long I. And this will make I at the end of a single syllable word. So a word with only 1 syllable. Okay, what syllable type is this? Take a look and what do you notice? What do you notice at the end? And what does that do to this vowel? Good. This is a silent E syllable. This E is silent. It helps the I make its name. So this will say I. Together, I. Your turn. Good. Just like the ice. Here's a digraph. W. Together, W. Good. Just like the wheezing whale. Fantastic. My turn. K. Together, K. Your turn. Good. Just like in cat. Here's another digraph. This says F. Together, F. Your turn. Good. Let me make sure you can see that cue card. Whoops. There we go. My turn. E. Together, E. Your turn. Good. Remember, I told you there was another way to make the long E sound. Remember, Y at the end of a multi-syllabic word, or a word that has more than 1 syllable, says E. It's acting as if it's the vowel E, the long vowel sound. Okay, what syllable type is this? Here's your clue. We have a silent E. The silent E helps this vowel make its long vowel sound. My turn. A. Together, A. Your turn. Excellent. Okay, my turn. E, together, E. Your turn. Good. Yes, this too is a silent E syllable. My turn. O, together, O. Your turn. And why does it make long O? Because there's a silent E. The silent E helps this vowel say its name. Okay. Here's another silent E syllable. First sound, U. Together, U. Your turn. Good. Remember this also, so that says U like unicorn. You can also say oo. Together, oo. Your turn. Excellent. This also is our silent E syllable. My turn. S. Together, S. Your turn. Good job. My turn. K. Together, K. Your turn. Good. Just like in the word cut or cube. My turn. S. Together, S. Your turn. Excellent. Just like in cent, like in the change money. My turn. K. Together, K. Your turn. Good. Just like cut. Okay, let's take a look at these sounds and words, and we're going to think about what syllable type these words are to help us to know what sounds the vowels make. So take a look here. What do you notice about this first word? I see two vowels together, so that means we have a vowel pair. We know when we have a vowel pair, the first vowel makes the long vowel sound. The second vowel doesn't say anything. It's just helping the first vowel. So let's read squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay, now let's take a look here. Here's a vowel, consonant, consonant. When we have a vowel trapped in by consonants, it is a closed syllable type. So the door is closed for the vowel, so it can't say its name. It makes a short vowel sound. So let's read this word. Shuck, shuck, shuck. I used to shuck corn with my grandmother in the summers. Shuck means you peel off the outer layer of something. Okay, what do you notice about this word? What syllable type is this? Good. It is a vowel pair because we have a pair of vowels. There are two vowels. When we have a vowel pair, the first vowel makes the long vowel sound. Ready? Sh, ear, sheer. Very good. In our lesson yesterday, we had the word shear, but spelled with this vowel pair. This shear is when you are cutting wool off of an animal. This sheer is when something you can see through it. So if I had sheer curtains on my window, you would still be able to see through it, okay? So they sound the same, but they're spelled differently and they mean something different. Okay, let's look here. What syllable type is that? I give it away. It's a vowel pair because we have a pair of vowels. In other words, we have two vowels together. And so that means the first vowel will make a long vowel sound. Ready? Dream, dream. I actually had a dream last night. It was in Disney World. It was wonderful. Okay, let's look up here. And what syllable type is this? It is a vowel pair because we have two vowels together, so we know this makes a long E sound. Ready? Plead, plead. She will plead her case. In other words, she will share her side of the story. Okay, now let's look here. The rest of these are syllables. So they look like nonsense words, but they're actually parts of larger words. And it's important we know how to read syllables because when you come to an unknown word, you're going to have to use what you know about syllable types to decode that word. So let's take a look. And here's the vowel and then a consonant. So when we have a consonant after a vowel that's being blocked in, remember that is a closed syllable type. And when you have a closed syllable, it's a short vowel sound. Ready? Pled, pled. Very good. So you see how adding that vowel pair changes from a long E to a short E. Okay, let's look here. And what do we notice? 1, 2 vowels, which means it is a vowel pair, which means this is a long E. Ready? Cree, cree, like in the word decree. Okay, what do you notice about this syllable? Yes, you are correct. That is a pair of vowels, a vowel pair, which means this first vowel is long. Ready? Tween, tween, like in the word between. Okay, now let's look here. What syllable type is this? I don't see a silent E. There is a consonant, but I see 1, 2 vowels. So that means we have another vowel pair, which would make this vowel a long sound. Ready? Queeze, queeze, like in the word queasy. If you're queasy, you feel sick to your stomach. I hope nobody's feeling queasy today. Okay, let's do some morphemic transformations. Remember, we're past syllable transformations. Remember, a morpheme is the smallest unit or part of a word that carries meaning. So suffixes, prefixes, root words, different things like that. All right, so I'm going to write a base word. That means a word without any suffixes or prefixes. And we're going to read it. Okay, you can read this 2 words. Either it's produce, like I go to the store to buy produce, like fruits, apples, bananas, or vegetables. Or it can be produce. I'm going to produce a video. In other words, create a video. We're going to use the word produce, okay, instead of produce. Now, you would know what this word was based on the sentence it was in. If you were talking about being in a grocery store, it would be produce, okay? So now I'm going to add the ing suffix. But remember, when a word ends in silent E, before you add the ing suffix, you have to get rid of the silent E. Okay, so now we have the word produce, ing. So the ing suffix means it's happening right now. So I am producing a video. That means right now I am creating it. Okay, now let's change. Let's make a morphemic transformation. And now I'm going to add the ed suffix, okay? And now it's produced. I produced a video earlier today. Remember, ed suffix means it happened in the past. It's already happened, okay? So do you see how these little units carry meaning? It changes the entire meaning of the word. Now, let's do one of our new morphemes that we learned. Okay. So, a bull. Remember we learned a bull the other day. Produce a bull. Producible. So the video or the lesson is producible. In other words, you are able to produce it. You are able to do whatever the base word is. So when you see a bull, that means you are able to do whatever that base word is. Okay? We'll continue practicing that. Let's do one more base word. Okay, so here's our base word. I'm going to have to write it a little bit small to make sure I have enough room. Okay, so our base word is accept. So if you accept something, you agree to it, okay? I accept, I hope they accept my offer on the house. So I hope they agree to my offer, okay? Now let's add a suffix. Let's add the ed suffix. Remember, this suffix, the meaning is it happened in the past. So it's already happened, okay? That's why I've got the arrow drawing backwards. So they accepted my offer on the house. That means they have already accepted it. They already agreed to it. It happened in the past. It's already happened, okay? Let's change the suffix to see how it changes the meaning of the word, okay? This time I added the ing suffix. And remember, ing means it's happening now. They are accepting my offer. So that means right now they are agreeing to my offer. They might be signing the paperwork right at that moment. Okay. Now let's add this suffix, not ibble, ubble, okay? Remember, we learned that sight syllable the other day, ubble, acceptable, acceptable. And just like ibble, ubble means able to. So my offer is acceptable. In other words, they are able to agree to my offer, okay? So when you see ubble or ibble added to a word, it means you're able to do whatever that base word is. So isn't that cool that if you learn what these suffixes mean, it helps you to figure out what a really large word actually means. Not just read it, but to understand it. All right, I'm going to add one more, but a prefix. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Now, un means not. So that means that we have so a sentence would be, my offer was unacceptable. So that would mean they were not able to accept my offer. So understanding any prefixes and suffixes or morphemes can help you understand what a word means. We're going to continue working on this. I think it's really exciting because it can help us be better readers, better spellers, and help us to understand better the text that we're reading. Thanks for joining me for this lesson, Lions, and we'll continue part 2 tomorrow. Bye.